Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are replacing the stock Ducati handlebar on the Scrambler. We're gonna use this new one, which is an ABM handlebar. I will put a link in the description below of the video for this handlebar. So this is basically ABM 310 version. It's a touring version. It's basically the same size as the stock Scrambler handlebars. It's in black and it's also made of aluminum. So it's much lighter than the stock handlebar. I'm gonna replace it because it's slightly bent. It's also started to rust a bit. And obviously with a new handlebar, we will refresh a bit the look of the bike and make it look a bit nicer. So replacing the handlebar on the Ducati Scrambler is pretty much straightforward and the same as any other bike. We just have to remove all the components on the handlebar one by one. And once we do that, we start attaching everything back on the new handlebar. So for tools, we require 8mm socket to remove the throttle, and the mirrors are 5mm Allen bolts. Obviously, if you like me have a handlebar guard, you will need to find the correct size for your guards and obviously remove those. So just to have an idea what we're looking at regarding size, I attached the new handlebar with a piece of tape. Let's put it side by side. And this is basically how it looks. It's slightly lower than the original handlebar, but in length it's nearly the same. The biggest difference that I see is in the middle. The lower middle part, it's much longer than the stock handlebar. If you put on accessories such as phone holders on the handlebar, you have more space to do that. The stock handlebar has such good ergonomics already, I didn't want to change that. So that's why the new handlebar has pretty close dimensions to the stock one. I didn't want to change the riding position or anything like that. So with that being said, let's just start disassembling everything from the stock handlebar. So now that the bar is removed, it's a great time to do a comparison with the old and the new. The bottom is much longer than the new one. So let me put it on top of it, so it's approximately the same So it's a fair comparison. So like that, it's pretty much lower, but not that much. And it's also slightly shorter on both ends. So since I'm using the grips from the old handlebar, I'm just gonna remove the one stuck on here. Basically, I'm just gonna use compress there and just push it. So one thing you will need to account for is these holes here in the handlebar. So obviously the original handlebar has holes pre-drilled, but the new one doesn't have any. So we need to measure those. So those are basically for the console cables. There is a small pin here that locks itself into the hole so it doesn't turn. We need to measure ourselves the console here and drill the holes. So what I'm doing right now is sort of a mock-up. I basically lightly attach the handlebar. This is what we're going for, just a slight mock-up. So basically attach the throttle tube, the other grip, put the console buttons here, and now we're gonna do an approximate measurement here and drill a small hole in the handlebar. So you don't really need to drill the hole all the way through. Just make sure that when you attach the console, it pinches it sort of, and there's no movement when you tighten it with the bolts. That is all. Now once we're done with this side, just go ahead and do that on the other side. Don't forget your little rubber cable ties. So we drill the hole for the indicator side now. Again, don't forget these two cable ties, the rubber ones. So we're pretty much done now, as you can see. I didn't attach the mirrors yet or the handlebar guards. That's because I want to go for a short ride before and make sure everything is set up properly before I tighten everything up and fully assembling everything. The bike now has such a cleaner look with black handlebars, and they look much better than the stock handlebar, which is right there. So yeah, if you have a Ducati Scrambler icon especially, this is one of the upgrades I really recommend for your bike. It makes a whole lot difference, especially in how the bike looks aesthetically. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. So after a couple of days of riding the bike, I have now done all the adjustments and attached the missing parts, such as the handlebar guards And that's basically it. There's nothing else to add to the handlebar. The job is now complete. And that will be all for this video. So thank you guys for watching. If this has helped you, please like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next one.